stage 11 of the Tour de France, and it was a very long stage, over 200 kilometers long, with the final being very tough, like very short, very steep climbs, all right after each other. And the stage was made particularly tough by Pogačar and his team, because they rode the stage really fast, like the kilometers just went by. And then on one of those final climbs, they really exploded the stage. Like Pogačar attacked near the summit of one of those climbs, and distancing everyone else except for maybe Vingegaard. Like Vingegaard was a bit late in response, and as a result, Pogačar crested the summit of that climb a couple of seconds ahead of him. And down the descent, he managed to further extend that gap again to 35 seconds. And behind Pogačar, everyone else came together with Vingegaard on the descent. So Roglic, Evenepoel, Rodriguez, they all came back to Vingegaard. Now on the next climb, Vingegaard really turned on the afterburners and dropping everyone else on his wheel. Like he dropped Rodriguez, a bit later he dropped Evenepoel, and a bit later he dropped Roglic, who held on the longest. And after that, he slowly but surely crawled his way back to Pogačar, which must have been a very tough mental blow for Pogačar, that Vingegaard managed to somehow find his way back to him. At that point, I thought Pogačar started making mistakes. Like, from the moment Vingegaard came back to Pogačar should have sit on Vingegaard's wheel, in my opinion, and just said, I'm the leader, you're the one trying to gain time on me, I'm just gonna sit on your wheel and have you do all the work and save my legs so I can win the sprints and get the bonus seconds there. Now, he did manage to win the sprint for the bonus on top of a climb, but he lost to Vingegaard for the stage and for those final bonus seconds. And I think that's because he worked together with Vingegaard, and as a result could not save any energy, which he needed for Vingegaard that at that point was slightly stronger. So in order to get that final kick back, he should have saved his energy instead of working alongside him. Behind that duo, you had Roglic that overcooked himself, trying to follow Vingegaard, and Evenepoel who dropped more quickly out of Vingegaard's wheel and set his own pace. And because he set his own pace, he caught Roglic again, because Roglic really went too hard trying to stay on Vingegaard's wheel. So so basically after Pogačar and Vingegaard, we had another duo formed that was Roglic and Evenepoel, with after Roglic overcooking himself, Evenepoel I felt was the stronger of the two. And those two started chasing after Roglic, after Vingegaard and Pogačar, hanging tough on about 45 seconds. And then during the final kilometers, Evenepoel managed to bring back that deficit to 25 seconds, because Pogačar and Vingegaard were looking at each other during the final kilometer, slowing down, trying to get the upper hand on the final sprint. And because they slowed down so much, Evenepoel managed to get back 15 seconds and finish in only 25 seconds behind those two. Roglic was no longer there because he crashed on the final descent, but he was put on the same time by the commissionaries because there was a 3-kilometer rule or something in place. So Roglic did not lose any time despite his crash on Evenepoel. Of course, he was put on the same time as Evenepoel, so he also just lost 25 seconds on the other two, on Vingegaard and Pogačar. All in all, I think it was a good stage for Evenepoel. Okay, he got dropped by Vingegaard and by Pogačar, and Roglic was a tad stronger maybe before he overcooked himself. But overall, he was at least fourth best, maybe third best, depending on how Roglic would have fared had he not overcooked himself. But yeah, so a solid stage from him. I think he can be very proud of what he did today. He straightened his top 5 chances. Like, besides Vingegaard and Pogacar and Roglic, everyone else is already on 3 minutes or so. So he got himself a buffer for top 4, and he didn't lose that much time on Pogacar and Vingegaard, and was put on the same time as Roglic. So I think it was a good day for Evenepoel. I am a bit worried though that he doesn't look as relaxed as before. Like, he came into his Tour de France stress-free, relax-free, like everything that happens is good. And now I feel he's allowing the fact that he's now sitting in second place. He's allowing that stress to appear. Like, he's not as happy-go-lucky anymore. So I'm hoping that stress does not pile up and causes a bad day. But I still have faith. Like, I think watching today's performance, he was still very strong, even though he was not as strong as on some other days. He was still very strong on the day. So yeah, I got faith for the Pyrenees, which are coming up this weekend. So all in all, I think Evenepoel can be very happy with his current standings in the general classification, and hopefully it remains so for the remainder of the tour. Fingers crossed.